everyone, and I'm here today to discuss 6 different categories. The first one is a stockholder analysis, strategic planning, and leadership topic. The nonprofit organization that I chose is Rocket Kids Foundation, based in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They have 2 primary initiatives. One is called Inner City Swim, and the second one is Southern Smash. The stakeholders for both are the same. They're the board of directors and the community itself where these initiatives take place. Inner City Swim is an initiative that targets inner city individuals from the age of 3 to 33 years old. It teaches them self-saving skills and swim training in case they happen to fall into a pool or another body of water where they can't survive. The way the stakeholders are involved in this is the board of directors needs to make sure that they advertise the initiatives well. They needed to secure the Crawfish Aquatic Center, which is our local aquatic center that donates its facility to house this initiative. And the second one is the community itself, as the local churches provide transportation to and from the aquatic center for all the people that want to attend the initiative. The second one is called Southern Smash. It was started by a lady named McCall Dempsey. It deals with disordered eating and eating disorders. It tries to teach women that there's more to life than their weight on a scale or their perceived body image, that people can be athletic and healthy through eating properly, no matter what their body type are. The stakeholders for this, again, are the board of directors. They have to make sure they advertise this, secure venues, because they put on several different activities each year to help promote this initiative. And then the community also has to be able to be a stakeholder in it through participation. Word of mouth is very big in this, and just also helping each other to hold each other accountable with what they learn from the new eating habits. And I feel that these 2 initiatives will continue being successful as long as the board of directors keeps a clear vision of what they're trying to accomplish, and as long as the community stays behind it, which they've both been wildly successful, especially the Inner City Swim has been very, very successful in the downtown Baton Rouge area. The second category I wanted to go over is what does the future look like. The technology I chose to discuss today is the ability to pay for goods and services while using your watch or your phone. The general environment area that this encompasses is the technological area. This is going to allow businesses to apply this technology to their day-to-day mode of operations. This is going to bring into play local vendors that deal with software development, such as our company. Will be able to integrate these services into their software packages that they have today. One way that I see an opportunity for this to impact them is through street vendors and people that operate downtown in Baton Rouge. They will be able to be approached by people walking up and down the street and be able to purchase. The other opportunity is so many times we go out and we may forget our credit cards or wallets, our methods of payment at home, but we generally always have our phones with us or our watch. This will allow us to be able to make purchases, whether planned or unplanned or emergency. For example, my wife left for work a couple years ago, was low on gas, stopped at the gas station to purchase gas, realized she forgot her credit card at home, so she had to call me. She had her phone, she was able to call me, but there was nothing I could do to facilitate that transaction other than drive over and pay for the gas. So this would have been averted that whole deal because she would have been able to pay for the gas using her phone or her watch. And this would be beneficial, of course, to the consumer that is making the purchase, but also to the business owner, because if for some reason she would have had enough gas to get to work, she would have left, and he would have missed out on that $40 or $50 of gas purchase at that time. One threat I see to this is how do you verify that the phone or the watch actually belongs to the person that's trying to make the purchase. I know we deal with this with credit cards in general, so we're going to have to make sure that we can come up with some safeguards to make this doable and not be able to be stolen and used illegally. The third one I want to discuss is what are my core competencies. The three of them I chose are managing information, research and analysis, and teamwork. The first two kind of go hand in hand. As all of you know me, I love numbers. I love spreadsheets. I love just going through and trying to find all the data that I can find and present in such a way that you're able to see a picture of what's going on in our business. It is very helpful to the business, to administration, to be able to have a clear picture of revenue trends, staffing, and all that. It's just numbers that we have all the information, but I really enjoy digging into it and displaying it graphically or on a table and being able to present it, whether we're doing end-of-year reports or researching on whether or not to buy new software or anything like that. The last one is teamwork. I've always felt that I had the gift of encouragement. I love just to bring people together, to encourage them, to uplift them. Being in administration definitely, as you all are aware, gives you the opportunity to be an encouragement to all of our staff. It's just, work is so much like a team sport. We all have one goal, one vision we're moving towards the same end zone, and so it's nice to be able to encourage people and to not only meet the goals of the company, but to hopefully achieve each person that works for us, their dream, whether it's to go back to college like I did or become a lawyer like Devin did, master's degrees, just individual training. It's just we all meet each other. We're all a family. We spend so much time together. So it's just, I really enjoy encouraging people. And teamwork is a very, very important aspect of any workplace. The fourth category I want to discuss is how industries differ in their business level strategy. We were tasked with if we was going to create a hotel chain, how would we want to, what business level strategy would we use? I chose differentiation. I feel that we could have the best impact by setting ourselves apart from what others are doing. The mission statement for the hotel would be always the same, all the time. We want to have a high quality, reproducible experience at every one of our hotel sites. Our target customer would be anybody that wants the same thing every time. I know that when I travel, I like to know when I get there what's going to be waiting for me. So many times we make reservations either online or through a phone call for a king bed, 2 queens, doubles, roll-away bed, whatever your need is. You get to the site and you go to check in at the reservation desk and they don't have what you reserved. That's very frustrating. So we're going to try to alleviate that by, and I'll touch on this a little bit later on the competitive advantage, but we're going to do research in each area that we want to put a hotel, find out the target market, what they're looking for, and that's what we're going to give them. Our experience is going to be reproducible even down to the maids, the wait staff. Everybody are worked off kind of like a script where they know how to fold down the bed, how to hang the towels on the towel racks. Every every little time we interact with the customer is going to be well planned, well rehearsed, and they're going to know what they're going to get each time they walk through the doors of our hotel. Another big point that we want to set ourselves apart is, and it's also going to kind of be a threat, is we want to be integrated into the community. We're not going to look to be right off the interstate, which is the reason that's a threat, is we're going to miss out on all the overnight travelers that are just passing through. But what we're wanting to accomplish is to be a part of the community, a part of their family. So we're going to go in, we're going to meet with the local government, the Chamber of Commerce's, things like that, and we're going to meet with local business owners. We want to partner with the local eateries, the local shops, the specialty shops, where the people that come and stay with us will be able to taste the cuisine and go and get the true experience of the area that we're moving into. We want to just create an overall experience for all of our clientele when they come in to stay with us. We would prefer if they can just walk to go get something to eat, and if they could just walk to the local sightseeing sites and things like that. We just want to be a part of the community, and that's going to set us apart. We're going to do the competitive advantage. I alluded to earlier, we're going to hire research companies and polling companies to go into each area that we want to move into and see exactly what the demographic is. Exactly, if it's in a business-related area, we'll probably have more business-related rooms that'll be set up to do work out of and everything. But if we're moving into an area that a lot of families visit, whether it's at the beach, by a theme park, then of course the rooms will all be geared towards family-type activities. The fifth category is being the first mover usually advantageous. The industry I chose is triathlon. I participate in it. I love it, and you'll see in the report that you were giving that from 1999 the triathlon participation levels just over 100,000, and by 2012 it was over 500,000 people involved in just the U.S. It's been averaging 4 to 5% growth rate, so it's still growing. It's just a very good industry. The company that I chose about being the first mover was Quintana Roo. They made a triathlon bicycle back in 1989, and you have to remember that triathlon is a relatively new sport. It started 1978 and really started kicking off in the 80s. And up until that point, they used regular like cycling type bicycles. And in 1989, Dan Imfield started this company, and he created a triathlon specific bicycle that allowed you to get more aerodynamic. The triathlon industry the participants was real eager. They jumped on it full-fledged. It was wildly successful. The way it was marketed back then in 1989 was through print media, and they hired professionals to ride them. It was a lot of showing up at events with the bicycle. People would come up and ask what it was because it was just so different from what they had seen, and the professionals were able to be ambassadors for the bicycle company. And that's how they progressed to being the industry leader at that time in the bicycle industry in triathlon. The second company that I wanted to discuss with their product is another bicycle company called Diamond Bicycles, but they just were created last year in 2014, and they came out with a new revolutionary bicycle specific to triathlon. But it's interesting that today is different on the way it's marketed than what it was in 1989 when Quintana Roo started with their bicycle. There is still some print media that gets done, but now the consumer is so informed that they're wanting wind tunnel data, they want white papers, they want to know how this bicycle compares to the other competitors. back in 1989 you could print, "This is the world's fastest bicycle," and there wasn't a whole lot of ways to dispute it one way or the other. Flash forward to 2015, there are ways to dispute it. They want all this data and they want all the research to prove that it's the world's fastest bicycle, or if it indeed is the world's fastest bicycle. While Quintana Roo was the first mover in the triathlon bike industry, it really helped them out a lot in the beginning, but one issue they ran into is they quit innovating. The rest of the industry caught them and surpassed them, and they are finally starting to move back into some new style of bicycle, new innovations on their bicycles and the other triathlon products that they offer. So even though it was advantageous for them to be a first mover, they needed to keep moving and not stand still. So the last thing I want to discuss will be the Heinz Kraft acquisition. And this is where J. Heinz Co. is buying Kraft Foods. So the topics that I'm going to discuss on this will be reasons for the acquisitions, details of the deal, problems with the acquisition, if there are any, success of the deal, and impact on the food industry. The reason for the acquisition, according to Kraft Chief Executive John Cahill, is the move is to help them compete in the industry. He is quoted as saying, "This is a transformative transaction for our industry. It allows us to move and grow faster than we could on our own." The reasons why the sale happened and why Heinz chose Kraft is being that since 2012, Kraft has lost ground to larger rivals such as PepsiCo every year. They have also lagged in the Standard & Poor's 500 index, and they've been real slow to crack the organics market. So why should they have the merger? The merger will allow them to rethink their product's images. They'll be able to move to a more health-oriented product image, and they can better compete amid changing consumer tastes. The details of the deal are that Heinz shareholders will own 51% of the stake. Kraft shareholders, of course, will only own 49%. Kraft shareholders will receive a special dividend of $16.50 per share, which the dividend is an aggregate of right at $10 billion that will be paid out in the dividends to the Kraft shareholders. And the merger, the complete merger value is somewhere between $36 and $45 billion. The response from the industry has been very positive. Warren Buffett was quoted as saying, "This is my kind of transaction. I'm excited by the opportunities for what this new combined organization will achieve." Gary Stiebel, the CEO of New England Consulting Group, said they should have started years ago. They both played lip service to better for you food trends for over a decade. Any problems I foresee with the transaction? The only problems I could see would be maybe potentially from the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. To me, there might be several reasons for them to block it. One, you have to look, would they seek to block the sale as an antitrust issue? Are there any head-to-head issues that could arise, such as being fault regarding the Sysco and U.S. Foods merger? And can they raise prices unchecked? And the reason that I feel the FTC will not block it is they have a lot of the different products that are not the same, and that helps alleviate the issue on price fixing, where that's where the Sysco and U.S. Foods merger, they offered the exact same things, and so they would be able to raise prices unchecked. They do not compete head-to-head, which is also based on the wide range of products, and they are not seeking to create a monopoly on a segment of the industry. And why I feel the deal will be a success is the creation of an unparalleled portfolio. As you can see on the PowerPoint presentation, they have everything from Lunchables to Bagel Bites to Oscar Mayer, Jell-O, Planters, Ore-Ida, Smart Ones, Velveeta, Maxwell House, Mayo, just all kind of different items in their portfolio. So they'll be able to, it's going to be so many different items that I feel that it's just going to be able to help them be a success. Some more key facts to point to them being able to succeed is the supply management will be easy to integrate. They both use the same kind of advanced marketing algorithms. In fact, the companies released data that they are feeling that they're going to be able to save $1.5 billion in supply and transportation because they'll be able to use the same tracks and modes of operation that they've been using individually. Now they'll be able to come together, ship items together, and $1.5 billion in savings is, of course, a lot. They're going to be able to have greater market leverage as they are both top-tier companies. In fact, after the merger was announced, Kraft stock prices soared. This merger is going to allow them to move into the world's #5 food company. And another reason I feel it's going to be able to succeed is 25% of its sales worldwide are in emerging markets. And what do I feel like they'll be able to have an impact on the food industry? The merger of these two companies' portfolios will allow them to have a large enough worldwide food market share that they can rise to the innovator status. They will be able to have the opportunity to bring new products to market, revolutionize the way that products are shipped, the way that they're marketed inside the stores and places where they're done. And I just feel that if they decide to step up and become a leader in the worldwide food industry, then they'll be able to accomplish all this and more. Well, that's all I have. Thank you for everything, and y'all have a great day.